Hey everybody, it's me, Zach, this is Judy, and welcome back to our channel. Hey everybody, it's me, Zach, and I am back again to discuss the ongoing things in Amberlynn Reed's life, whatever that looks like right now while she is recovering from her injury. Now, much like Amberlynn's book club read-along, whatever we're calling it today, my AC quit. So it just stopped, so I had to take a break from things like streaming on Twitch and other things like that because what other things? Filming for this channel, filming for my gaming channel, because these lights right here, they get real hot. So with no AC on and this hoem, it gets real hot in this little box. But I think we have that resolved now, okay? I think it's resolved. So I can get here to talk about all the things going on in Amberlynn Reed's channel today. One of those, the first thing is the book club read-along, again, whatever we want to call it. And the other thing is I woke up this morning and sometime in the middle of the night, maybe not the middle of the night, but definitely after I'd already gone to bed, she posted a video called I'm Done, and it's like 4 minutes long, almost 5 minutes long. I don't know what the context of that is unless maybe she's elaborating on the book club thing, but we're gonna watch it together and react. So first, let me just give you the book club update. She did post an update on her community tab, and this is what she had to say. I am sorry, but I am done with the read-along. If I find another avenue to do it on, I will let you know, but I am so beyond tired of things getting tainted for me. You know I love the word taint. This was never a book club. Go back and look at the first post I even created about it. I called it a read-along, period. But so many people are having issues with how I am doing this, even though there are 0 rules for read-along. To be honest, most read-alongs aren't even as conversation-based as much as I have been. A few shared opinions, sure, but not daily posts about each chapter. But somehow, it still wasn't good enough, or I was doing something wrong, or trying to prove how smart I am, or I was being lazy with how I was doing the read-along, etc. Like, what? This is simply something fun I thought we could do for people who are actually interested, but somehow people always seem to ruin everything for me, no matter what it is. If you do not understand why I am stopping this, be grateful that you never had people treat you this way or make you feel the way that I do now, to the point of not being able to hold a damn read-along anymore because there is so much negative energy surrounding it. I am choosing my mental health first, the very thing that people always tell me to choose above all. I will be continuing to read the book. Probably finished it tonight, honestly. If you're interested in talking to me about it privately, send me a DM on Instagram. And this is actually the first time I'm reading the whole way through because honestly, I saw it the other day when she initially posted it, and I just read the first sentence that said, I'm sorry, but I'm done with the read-along, and I was like, that's enough for me. That's all I need to know. But damn, the way that she just really blames her viewers who she's allegedly doing this for, That's the part that gets me is you say you want to do this because you want to engage and connect with your community and the people that support you. And like I showed in the last video I posted on this channel, so many people were engaging with her about the book, right? And to get mad because people wanted more communication from you, which you allegedly were doing this for to begin with, is just so silly to me. And yes, please take care of your mental health. Don't do anything that's going to negatively contribute to that. But also, at some point, it's what on your channel doesn't bring you bad mental health, what parts of this could we be talking to a therapist about and getting some tools to work on this? I very much am the person she's talking about. I'm the person that's always telling her to prioritize her mental health. And I agree, don't do things that put you in a negative mental health space. But also, you know, going to therapy is also about learning tools to deal with this. Like at this point, I feel like you got to make some decisions about how you're going to move forward, right? And that's not to say that people shouldn't be mean or rude, which I don't even think when it comes to this book club. Even the rudest comments are like just saying like, I can't believe you're not putting any effort into this, right? I can't believe that you're not doing the one thing that is a part of your job that you have to do right now because you're bedbound and can't walk. Like, it's those kinds of things like that I don't even think are the meanest things that she's ever received on her channel. I really think it would be helpful to start talking to your therapist of like, hey, I realize I can't take constructive criticism well. Like, every piece of criticism I get, I interpret as being like rude, mean, and nasty. And I need help dealing with that. I need to find some way to work around that and some tools to process those things. Because if she was working in an actual job, which she's not, well, she is and she's not. Like, I accept that YouTube is a job, okay? If she was just working at like a fast food place, if she's working an office job, if she was working literally any other job, getting feedback and criticism would be a regular part of that, okay? And that's not to compare it, and I'm glad that she has her own job where she can make her own rules and things like that. But, like, you have to learn that sometimes you're going to get feedback, and even if you don't agree with it, that doesn't mean that the person giving you that feedback feels some type of way about you, like a negative way. And that's one thing that I had to learn even in working my first like job, you know, outside of, well, my first job was at a Hardee's, and let's be honest, I was so good at that skill. Like if YouTube ever stops working for me, y'all, I could go back to the Hardee's and make some bomb ass biscuits for your breakfast. But that's besides the point. Once I got to like an office job where like I had no experience working in that kind of a setting, I had to realize that like when people were giving me feedback, it's because they cared about me. It's because they wanted me to do my job better and that they knew I could do my job better. You have to somehow be able to figure out how to process that criticism, not take it personally, and move forward. Especially in this case. I'm not denying that there are other things on Amberlynn Reed's channel where people say really like the worst things to her. But this freaking read-along book club nonsense, people were so kind and people genuinely wanted to participate. I showed you the receipts in the last video. But anyways, I'm curious what she has to say in this video called I'm Done. I'm a little worried that it's gonna be like overly dramatic or like she's gonna say something concerning. I don't know. I always get nervous when people just post thumbnails and well, she looks angry in the thumbnail, okay? But when they post just vague titles like I'm done with no context, like I think that's a concerning thing. Like I need more information about what that means. And she even updated the description to just say the word done, which she doesn't do a whole lot. Like most of her description boxes, it's always the same thing because like if you go into YouTube, you can just set it to automatically post the same description for every single video if you haven't noticed on my own. So let's just jump into it and see what's up.
Hey guys, so
hello.
No, this is not a Q&A. Today is Monday.
Thank God. Thank you, goddess.
The 29th.
Okay, last night.
2 weeks since I fell.
Okay.
And I think a lot of you were like, why are you talking about this? You like seem like you're milking it. I'm just trying to share my experience of someone who is 500 pounds breaking.
It's always, I'm trying to share my story, my experience, my story. Listen, please do share your story. But at this point, I think actually the reason that people feel like you're milking it is because you're repeating the story over and over and over again. We got it the first time, you know? I think that that's what people are saying, or I don't know, that's my opinion at least. Let me remember to focus this on how I feel about it. But like, at this point, you've told us the same, you're not adding anything new to it. It's the same story. You added some diagrams. You went forensics Lynn in the last video and added some you took a photo of where you fell and drew a red circle, okay? That's like to the point where we're at and just retelling the story over and over and over again.
In their ligaments. Just imagine walking, I don't know why I said breaking my ligaments, I'm sorry, tearing my ligaments. Just imagine
because you can't keep your story me straight. I believe you hurt yourself. I wish you would just stop explaining it. Because that's also, there were so many people in my comments on my last video that were like, Zach, I do believe she hurt herself, but like she keeps retelling it and the story gets more convoluted every time. And I'm like, yeah, I know. I don't understand why she keeps doing it. She's just like digging herself deeper.
As a skinny person on torn ligaments, that shit hurts. Now imagine adding a 500-pound brick on top of that.
Oh, so now we want to take into account your weight on top of that. Like what people have been trying to say is that when you fall, there's a 500-pound brick, as you put it, that is changing the way the impact happens. Now we want to acknowledge it.
It is a whole other level of pain that I just...
Sure.
I don't know.
Of course.
It has changed my life.
Sure.
In the last 2 weeks, I have fought so hard to not be bedridden or bedbound.
All right.
Obviously, you guys don't see my day-to-day life.
Right, because you don't show us. We got 3 Q&As in a row. Yeah, we don't see your day-to-day life because you don't even show that. You don't. You could. You could show us you trying and things like that, but you haven't. So what are we supposed to believe? As a reminder, Amberlynn, everything we know about you is because you have shown it on your YouTube channel.
Sense of every single waking moment, but I use my bed for sleeping and I use my bed for the making love aspects of my relationship.
Nobody asked.
I don't sit on my bed. I don't do that. I'm up. I'm cleaning.
What? You're the one who told us you were bedbound. You were the one who told us. You literally, for example, said that you were having trouble sleeping because you spent all day in bed and then your body was confused when it was time to go to sleep because you had never left your bed.
For someone my size, this isn't good because I can lose, like I've lost my mobility. I am officially bedbound currently.
You're the one who told us that. Am I going crazy right now? I'm gonna lose it.
I'm walking, I'm taking Twinkie out.
Then show us.
My girlfriend. I'm slow dancing in the kitchen. I'm cooking. Like,
okay.
This isn't the vibe. Like, this was the vibe in 2019, but this ain't the vibe now.
No, you literally told us this was the vibe post hurting your ankle. Why are we doing this right now? Why?
But I do want to say one more thing because this is just, it's become a lot. Here's the photo of where I fell. In the circle.
Why?
There is
why?
Little...
This is not CSI. This is not NCIS, Criminal Minds, Law and Order SVU, Law and Order Criminal Intent, Law and Order, the original series. It's none of those things. I don't need the diagram. I don't give a shit. I would rather see you up and doing all of these things you claim you're doing. I would rather see that. Give me that.
There is a gap, if you will, in between the grass and the sidewalk where I fell.
Sure, whatever. Yeah, great.
Now I'm going to show you this clip of my shoe from when I was in the hospital. This is the shoe that went inside of that hole.
I already told you I don't give a shit. I understand. I don't need to see the shoe to believe you. Why do I need to see the shoe right now? Why? Why?
You can see the dirt where literally the tip of my foot went into it.
Okay.
And it made my ankle twist. I don't know how else to explain this to you guys. It could have happened to anybody. Had nothing to do with my weight. I'm just getting really freaking...
Had nothing... What is it, Amberlynn? What, you literally, at the beginning of this video, like a minute ago, said, imagine a 500-pound brick when you trip. When you hurt yourself. Falling on top of it. We understand that anybody could put their shoe in that little crevice unintentionally and trip. We understand that. What people are saying, let me break it down for you. Let me talk real slow for you. What people are saying is that because of your weight, when you tripped in that crevice, when the tip of your shoe got that dirt on it, because of your weight, it injured you more and impacted your recovery. Yes, skinny people, fat people, obese people, everybody in between have the ability to trip and hurt themselves. But like you said, there was a large weight that was landing on your ankle that impacted the way that you got injured and the way you're recovering. I think this is so frustrating to me because I truly, want the best for her, want her to heal. And, I have told y'all that when it comes to Amberlynn Reed, I believe what she's saying until she gives me reason to believe otherwise. And I still believe that she was definitely hurt, but I'm so tired of this convoluted story, the way it changes, the way some instances it was her weight that impacted her, and other ways it wasn't. And I hope when she says I'm done, what she means by that in the title is that this is the last video that she's talking about it. Because honestly, I'm done with it too. I'm done. I'm right there with you, Amberlynn. I'm so tired of talking about it. If you're doing all these things not in your bed, then let's get up and let's do some other things.
I'm tired of it. Like, just imagine you're walking, you're vlogging, not paying attention, and all of a sudden your foot goes half off the sidewalk.
Right, sure.
Inside of a hole and partially into a grass section.
Right.
It ain't cute. It's not going to be fun. It's not going to be sweet.
I'm sure it wasn't.
You're going to fall and hurt yourself.
Right.
You guys asked for the real me with my real experiences as someone who is morbidly obese. You guys tell me to stop putting on a facade, just be myself. And when I am, you guys say I leave out details of certain situations, which means I'm lying. What? That doesn't make sense.
I don't think you're lying. I think, though, that this story is so convoluted now, it's hard to know what the truth is because you've changed so much of the way you talk about it, the words you use, the details that you have shared or not shared. It is very confusing, Amberlynn, which is why you should have just stopped after the first video.
So now I find myself kind of oversharing in a way, just to do the opposite of what you guys consider lying. So now that I'm oversharing, talking about my ankle.
It's not that you're oversharing, it's that the story has evolved, has changed. I think that's what's confusing for people. That, like I said, I don't know that I think you're necessarily lying about being hurt, but I think the story is confusing as hell now.
Everything that happened surrounding it, you guys are calling me a liar. So which is it? Is it lack of detail?
Which is it?
Much?
It's that you're being confusing, bestie. I hate that the only options here are that you're leaving things out or you're oversharing. And I don't think it's either. I think that you've not shared effectively. You've communicated so poorly that people are confused. I think that that's the thing. Like, it's the way you've communicated it that has just been so confusing to people that they don't believe you.
Where the middle ground is.
The middle ground is just telling things as it happened. Like, you're supposed to be a writer. You're supposed to be good with words, and yet you have failed to communicate effectively what actually happened. You started out saying you fell off a curb, and now you're saying that it was a divot next to a sidewalk. Like, this is why people are frustrated.
Like, everything I do is wrong. It's just complaint, constantly, repeatedly, obsessively. Just let me talk about my experience while it's happening.
But
please.
You weren't talking about your experience while it was happening. You talked about your experience once after it happened, and then you changed your experience, or you added stuff to the experience, or took things away from the experience, changed the words you used to describe the experience after the fact.
One is different, and what I am experiencing is real.
Sure.
And just stop trying to invalidate it with pointless opinions and theories.
And how my ankle twisted gave me messed up ligaments. It is what it is. And I actually am never going to talk about this again.
Oh, thank God. Thank
I am
God.
tired of the theories. I'm tired of the conspiracies. I'm tired of the fat shaming. I'm just tired of it all. So we will never talk about this again.
Thank you for that, Amberlynn. I'm gonna hold you to it. You bring it up one more time and I swear to gosh,
I'm not going to talk about my specialist appointments about it. I'm not going to talk about anything.
Great.
Any other tests I get done.
Great.
The progress I'm making. Nothing. We're just never speaking about my ankle ever again.
Perfect.
Because there's a side of people who are like, this happened to you because you're fat and because you're big. It wouldn't have happened to anybody else. But then there's a whole other side who's like, you barely hurt yourself. You're just doing this so you can sit in bed and have your girlfriend.
You know what? This is what I'm talking about. And being able to discern what is helpful feedback and what is not. You have so many people in the comments that are giving you two completely different opinions, right? And I think you can reasonably say, hey, at least one of these things is wrong. Like, at least one of these takes and opinions is wrong because all of these people are even disagreeing with each other in the comments, right? So if you can logically and rationally, as she's doing right here, she's logically saying, these two things can't simultaneously exist. Which is it? Which I agree. Okay, with the logic of that right there. If you can discern that, then you should be able to discern maybe these are opinions I just don't need because I know what's true and I know what's real. Because I've been in that situation even recently on YouTube, right? Like people, I was going through, there was like a week where one day I posted a video and there were people that were like, you're too nice to Amberlynn, you're too kind, you give her too much credit, you do this, that, the other. And then the next day I posted a different video and people are like, you're too harsh, you're too mean, you're too whatever, right? Obviously, those things can't simultaneously exist, so it's like, I can listen to that, I can consider what that might mean for my content, but that doesn't mean I have to change everything about what I'm doing. If you want to share it, honestly, share it. But like, you gotta understand at this point, girl, you've been on YouTube for how many years? Like, people are gonna give you feedback. They're gonna respond to what you're doing here.
I'm done.
All right.
I'm done.
Bye.
That's that.
Bye forever. What? That was such a goofy update from Miss Amberlynn. Like, how silly. How goofy. She's just done with everything, I guess. Just like my air conditioner. I think the thing about that update that annoyed me the most, truly, honestly, that annoyed me the most, is her claiming that she hasn't been bedbound for the past 2 weeks, that she's been up and doing things. But yet we were given that as a reason for why she could only do Q&As and how she couldn't do a whole lot and get up and do anything. That part, I think, is what bothers me the most because she full on herself was the one that alluded to, like, not being able to get out of bed. And then she's mad that people think that that's what's going on. Well, you haven't showed us anything else since you injured yourself. We've seen you posted up in bed, except for that one video where you, I think, sat at your desk instead of in your bed. It just doesn't make any sense to me. Anyways, what are your thoughts? Let me know down below. That's all I have time for today. A nice little shorter video compared to what we've been doing lately on my channel. If you're brand new to my channel, make sure to subscribe down below. Hit the bell button so you get a notification every single time I post a new video. Make sure to leave me a comment, hit like, click share. Follow me on all my social media. Check out my merch shop. Check out my Twitch channel. Check out my gaming channel. And have a wonderful, amazing, blessed day. Bye!